Two undocumented women were deported to Honduras last week, along with their young children. The children are American citizens. One of the women is pregnant, and the Department of Homeland Security said that the women chose to take their children with them, and the mothers say that's because they weren't given the chance to coordinate care for their children. Well, a federal judge in Louisiana set a May 18th hearing date to get more information regarding the deportation of two of the children. So what is the law when it comes to American citizens who are minor children of undocumented immigrants facing deportation? And what should we expect to happen with the children recently flown to Honduras? We're here to discuss it. We have attorney Matthew Hoffmann. He's with Battle-Born Injury Lawyers. We always are glad when you come in to help us break down the law. And this is a case, as you know, that's garnered a lot of national attention. One of the reasons we want to talk about it today. And it's also sparked some outrage in some circles because we're talking about these minor children who are in fact citizens. And it reportedly said that one of them had stage 4 cancer.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a heartbreaking sounding story. What I'll say is that, before I get to the law, I mean, the way it's being reported is obviously, it's as though this has never happened or this is unprecedented and look at the children, and I get it. But this does happen, and it happens frequently from, like, let's say 2013 to 2018. So you've got the Obama administration into the Trump administration. Over 230,000 people were deported who had at least one minor child who was an American citizen. And in 2019, something like 25,000 people were deported who had American children who were minors. So this does happen frequently. The way it works is that if you are set to be deported, I mean, obviously, outside of what we saw recently with the alleged Tren de Aragua defendants, people don't just get arrested and deported the next day. That doesn't happen. There are proceedings. And you have time to share with Immigration Customs Enforcement, Homeland Security, what your wishes are for these minor children who are American citizens. They have rights. And so you can designate a guardian, a family member, and say, in the event that I am deported, this is where I want my children to go. The other option, and I think this is what the dispute is here, is that some people, when they're deported, they say, I don't want to leave my kids. Because maybe they don't have somebody, or maybe they have a bad relationship. But remember, if they leave the kids and they don't have any plans, they're going to end up with Child Protective Services. They could end up in
or maybe they just want to have their children with them.
Or maybe they just want them, right? Or they could end up in foster care if they don't.
Right.
Or maybe a child is very ill and they don't want to find out their child has passed in another country. They want their child with them. So those wishes, whatever they are, will be honored as a matter of course by Immigration Customs Enforcement. I mean, the rules can change with administrations, but generally, if a custodial parent says, I want them to stay here with this person, or I want them to come with me, it'll be honored.
Okay.
That's the general rule.
So let's fast forward here, and the children are 18, and they decide, hey, I'm a U.S. citizen, I want to go back to the U.S. Will they be allowed to?
Yeah, 100%, and they can come back right now. They are American citizens as long as they can prove that. They have social security numbers. They'd have to get passports, but I mean, at the end of the day, they are American citizens. And what's being alleged here is that these women were detained after, I mean, this wasn't something out of the blue. This was a scheduled hearing as part of their overall deportation, process or hearings. They go to the hearing and are informed final deportation has been ordered, and the children are with them. They're detained. What do you want to do with the children? That's where the dispute is. Did they say, hey, we have plans for them, or did the mothers say, I want them to come with me? Understandable. You got a 2-year-old. Yeah. I probably would want them with me too.
Well, the board says that they decided to take them.
That's exactly. And I saw that. The lawyers dispute that, say we didn't get a chance to talk to them until they were already in Honduras. But let's say that the lawyer's right, and they were wrongfully sent to Honduras, and they want to come back. A judge can order that those American citizens be returned at the expense of the government that sent them there. So there is absolutely protection for them. They are American citizens. They can be returned here. They can come back here whenever they want. So it's not as though they're stuck there. I mean, practically they may be, unless it's ordered by a judge.
Since they're minors and they might not have someone here.
Yeah, and it's not easy to get back here. So there's more to the story. We don't know a lot. It's just coming out. We're hearing what the family lawyers are saying versus what the spokespeople are saying. we're going to see in the coming weeks and after that hearing.
Okay, so this is one that a lot of people are watching, and we will continue to watch it. Thank you so much for breaking down the law, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
If you have any legal questions that you want Matt to answer, please email us at breakingdownthelaw@news3lv.com.